You know what? Let's just get to it. I'll try and make this short, sweet, and as painless as possible, which something that Netflix couldn't do for us in 8 episodes.
Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Rook. We're here to talk Resident Evil. Not much good to be discussed right there. So Resident Evil, Netflix's adaptation of the incredibly successful gaming franchise that I'm a huge fan of, if you know me at all. They called in a really good cast for this. I don't know about the writers. Don't see much about the writers as I looked them up. What I do know is not good scores from IMDb, not good scores from Rotten Tomatoes, not a good score from me. Audience score is terrible, and that's always more important to me. 53% of Google users like this show. Terrible. All right, we're splitting the bag here. Then you shouldn't even go forward with the season 2, in most cases. I might make an argument for that. Though. And not because I'm a homer for the franchise. I did not like pretty much all the movies, except for the recent Welcome to Raccoon City, just dropped. I felt like that was more authentic. You know, it didn't wow everybody, but to the traditional gamer, it's a good start. All their animated movies, always great. I felt like they always tell a great story in between the game. But here we are with a brand new series, never been done before, and you call in a really nice cast. Lance Reddick plays Albert Wesker. He plays also the concierge in John Wick. Tall, bald-headed black guy, deep voice, really cool actor. He did a really great job, being that there are clones of Albert Wesker, multiple, and you know they all had different characteristics, and he played that out very well. So a lot of respect to him, a lot of respect to all the actors that showed up for this series. This is not your fault. All right, this is one of those where the writers need to go and hide, and Netflix needs to let some head roll if they're gonna pour more money into this, which is very expensive, and run back a season 2, which might lead us to forgetting season 1 if they do season 2 the way I think it might be happening. But Ella Balinska, who played in Charlie's Angel, the new one, she was the lead. She's great. Paola Nunez is great. You'd remember from Bad Boys 3. Her and Will Smith had a little love thing going on the police force. That was cool. Y'all better go watch that if y'all didn't already watch that. That's crazy. But let's get into this. There's New Raccoon City. All right, New Raccoon City in South Africa. The old Raccoon City, of course, we all know what happened to that. We know the story. Government boomed that, and we pretended it didn't happen. So Wesker in this story we're dealing with a clone, and he decided that he wanted to have a family. So boom, here's Ella's character Jade, and then we have a Billy Wesker played by Adeline Rudolph, and of course 2 younger Billy and Jades, because we're going back and forth from the year 2022 to 2036. 2022, COVID did happen, all that stuff happened, no apocalypse just yet. 2036, full-on apocalypse, and the world is in shambles. So there are good things about this. All right, we have a new developing story, some different characters. We took a turn, and something that still holds the T-virus, but with, let's say, some psychedelic type effects that they're trying to implement to give everybody these great feelings of not having fear and anxiety. They call it joy. And Joy has the same side effect because, of course, it has a T virus in it. And what's the issue with Joy? We could get zombies. Just not as quickly as we did with the T virus, but still the same thing. We don't get enough zombies, though, and that is an issue. We don't get enough carnage. We don't get enough boom and bang, and not enough scare. There are some moments where it seems a little intense, but they fall short. They almost always fall short. All 8 episodes, they fall short. And all 8 episodes kind of feel the same after a while. That is an issue. It's a huge issue. It's hard to want to sit down in your seat for 4 more episodes after getting halfway through it and feeling like this is pretty much the best you're going to get. Especially starting off with a giant worm. You had a giant crocodile. Giant crocodile was short-lived. The worm did not die, but the crocodile did. They left us with the idea that maybe there's a creature in development, and if there's a season 2, look forward to this creature. They showed it a little bit in one of those little liquid bubble cases, trying to keep it under wraps. I love the cloning aspect of the show and where they were able to take it and the gene splicing and development there. But I felt like everything took too long to develop. If this show was going to be 16 episodes and the first 8 would be what it was, and then the last 8 would salvage the first 8, then fine. But it was not that. It was pretty much a real slow burn, and it's a bad burn. It's 3rd degree, and it doesn't feel good. There's no saving this, no fixing that. So aside from the acting and aside from the fact that they didn't wow us and keep us glued to our seats, there is the fact that they have zombies now in 2036 that are able to communicate. They have a hive mind, so to speak, a leader. And without the leader, of course, they still want to chase you, eat, and pretty much breathe. But the development of the zombies and where that can go is something that we can hold on to if we want to give this any hope at all. If we don't want to give this hope, we don't want to sit here and go through any more Resident Evil pain, I understand. I've been going through it for a long time. Huge fan of the franchise. And I absolutely hate that we had to go through this again. I had better expectations for somebody like Netflix that's going to pour billions into shows and into content. What a waste of money this is so far. But I said I was going to try and be short and sweet. Honestly, I have no reason to tell y'all to go see this. I have every reason to tell y'all right now, you're not watching this. What I am telling you, though, is if there is a season 2, you should watch it. There's plenty of hope for season 2. For season 1, some people might like the family aspect and, you know, the lies and deceit and plenty of the drama. It was very soap opera-ish. If a soap opera had zombies in it and a secret lab and a secret, well, plain sight secret organization doing terrible things, but on the forefront showing you that they're trying to help humanity for the better. Makes sense to me that, you know, there was a 50-50 split on Google users liking it and not liking it, because there are aspects that a lot of people would like. The drama aspect of it, I could see that. Not so much for me because of what I'm showing up to watch, which is something that's supposed to have drama in it. Yes, that content, families being brought together and torn apart has always been a part of Resident Evil, but holding you together with, you know, the action and the drama in a beautiful, sweet combination never happened, never came to fruition. What I will say, because I'm done with this, I'm mad that I even spent as long as I did on this. I'm coming back to you crazy. We're going to talk about the Gray Man because we're almost there. I'm like 2 hours away from getting to that. we're going to talk about Westworld, because if there's a show that you should be watching, it's HBO's Westworld, beginning to end. They're about 4 episodes into the new season right now. Haven't seen it, should. And we're going to get geeked out back together, because I miss them fools, and we haven't reviewed Thor. We haven't reviewed so much stuff that came out. All right, we have not come to play in 2022 just yet. But you'll see us soon. All right, some people are going to join Rook in his corner. Mike Tyson Punch Out, for those who don't know. And we're going to talk a lot more stuff than movies and TV shows. So stay tuned. And smoke responsibly, please.